Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So I wanted to announce something. I am actually going to be participating in another league called the Goldenrod Combat League, hosted by, I believe, Layson MC and Polly Mac, two of my closer friends. And I said I'd join this league, and hopefully it doesn't take up too much of my time. It's just supposed to be a fun league with a fun draft, and just so I can have fun and enjoy myself. So we had a draft, I believe, at the beginning of this month, and I did not do a video on this. I should have a long time ago, and I'm also supposed to get my Strip Challenge video up eventually. So sometimes it'll come up. So the mons that I drafted, I'll give a quick little overview of them. So my first mon that I got, we're given a budget of $75 million to work with, and the Pokemon are priced at various ranges depending on their their tiering, how much they're used, and how good they are. Some of the mons aren't perfectly priced yet, but I kind of took advantage of that. It's alright. It's alright though. Oh, someone's tweeting me. Someone's tweeting me. Okay. Anyways. So my first mon that I decided to draft, this was the first mon I actually drafted in the PPL of Season 2 as well, was Sylveon. Sylveon gives me a good fairy type, a strong specs user, a wish passer, baton passer, and plenty of other things it can do, a cleric, all in one. It's an overall great Pokemon. It can be extremely offensive and especially defensive, and even physically defensive to a point, but it allows me to do plenty of damage, and its stats are fairly good for. I believe personally that Sylveon is the best fairy type, not counting any megas, Mega Gardevoir. I just don't like the fact that you can have an item on it. It's just not good for me, at least. Now the next mon I was a little bit hesitant on grabbing, but the two mons I had before it, Latias and Latios, of course two of my favorite dragon types, were taken already. So I was thinking, what is a good dragon type that I wanted to use? And I saw this, I'm just like, oh, that's there, and it's only 6 million. I'm gonna take Tyrantrum. So I've got Tyrantrum now. My draft's a bit ridiculous, to be honest, and Tyrantrum's just crazy powerful. I don't know exactly how to use a Tyrantrum just yet. I'm gonna have to watch people's videos on what Tyrantrum can specifically do. I know it can Dragon Dance, I know it's a good choice scarfer, and Head Smash pretty much destroys fucking everything. So yeah, and then speaking of destroying everything, the next mon I drafted was Staraptor. Yeah, Staraptor, I just wanted something to spam Brave Bird and U-turn. Like, I mean, I guess I could possibly defog with this thing if I wanted to, but my next mon that I decided to pick covers any hazard removal and also gives me a decent water type, and it's not exactly what I wanted. Of course, me liking Milotic a lot, I wanted to get Milotic, but unfortunately for me, Milotic was already drafted round 2, so not too great for me. I guess if I wanted it, I should have gotten it then, but yeah, it's okay. It's not a bad pick. My pick was Blastoise. And this gives me a rapid spinner. Assault vested Blastoise is very good and physically defensive. Blastoise can do plenty of work. I could also run a choice specs if I want to do, Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Scald, or whatever coverage move I wanted to use on that thing. I probably want to use this thing as a hazard removal mon anyways, defensively. I'm not too certain yet. We'll see what we can do with Blastoise. Now, I was realizing my team needed to be able to take hits, and I needed to put up rocks with a mon that... I mean, Tyrantrum can put up rocks, but it doesn't want to put up rocks. You know what I mean? So next mon I decided to bring, or decided to draft, was Reggie Rock. And Reggie Rock is nicely priced at 6 million. Like, same with Blastoise. A lot of mons that I feel should be a little bit more than what they are priced lower, but that's okay because I took advantage of that and got these mons. Reggie Rock gives me a strong physically defensive mon, so if I wanted to run especially defensive Blastoise or especially defensive Sylveon, I definitely could. And even Reggie Rock, if he wanted to, could run a specially defensive set. It's got base 100 special defense, I believe, and base 200 physical defense. It's fairly good. I believe it's... I like Reggie Steel better, but Reggie Rock is a close second. Regice is just garbage, and then we don't even want to talk about their granddad. So the next mon I decided to get, I wanted a fast priority user, and I wanted a fighting type. And seeing how Infernape was already drafted, I could not get that. I ended up getting Lucario. Lucario gives me a nice steel type. It gives me a decent mixed attacker setup mon, and gets access to extreme speed, bullet punch, feint. I think it gets if I wanted to run through a protect mon. Yeah, Lucario is just an all-around decent mon. It's powered. So far, my team has been straight power, and yeah, it's gonna probably continue like that. I don't know if I'll be trading any mons. If people want to offer me some trades later on, I don't mind. But, yeah. Lucario is just a decent mon I could have. I could run Nasty Plot, I could run Swords Dance, I could even run Sub-Swords, or a Focus Dash. Just, there's so much stuff I could do with Lucario that would be amazing. Now, I realized I did not have an electric type at this point. I didn't have a Volt Switcher. And I didn't have a immunity to electric. So I decided to actually run with a Jolteon this time around. I wanted to try and get Heliolisk, but Heliolisk was drafted round 3. So Helios wouldn't have covered that electric immunity, but Jolteon is a very fast mon that I could use. It could also wish if it wanted to. I could have it be a wish passer, and it just gives me a nice electric type, fast, speedy electric type that I would enjoy using. This is just, it's not supposed to be very competitive. It's just supposed to be a team that I have never really used before. I have some familiarity with other mons, but a lot of these mons I've never used in League format, and I don't know how well they could do. So yeah, and I'm actually, I was debating when I drafted this thing whether or not I should go with Darmanitan, which was still available, by the way, and it's still available. No one drafted it, but I actually decided to go with Entei. Entei was here, and it's priced at 8 million, which is a decent price. I feel like that's a very good price for Entei, right around where would be most OU mons are at 10, so him being, I don't remember what tier he is, UU? I don't know. Him being that tier, whatever it is, I got Entei. He gives me extreme speed. I can have Sacred Fire to burn him on. It's got a 50% chance to burn. Bandit or Choice Scarfed, or even I could run Assault Vested. Entei would be amazing, and I could do plenty of work with an Entei. Maybe Swords Dance, Baton Pass. I don't know if any does Lucario get Baton Pass? I don't know. I'd have to look at my mons and see what exactly what they could do. But Entei, just powerhouse. I saw Troy use it very well in Season 1. I didn't really watch D2 very much, but I know it could do a decent amount there. Moving on to my next mon. I decided to pick a grass type. It's another fighting type, so it's a grass fighting type. Chestnut. Chestnut gives me another physically defensive mon, or I could even run specially defensive on this thing. Chestnut being the bastard that it is in my match against Shroom, I decided I wanted to use it. I could get it spikes up, I got spiky shield, I get that grass typing that I wanted, and I could do major work. And now I realized I don't have any mons that can really do a lot to psychic types. I mean, I have mons that U-turn, but I don't have any stab, ghost, or dark. So looking at this, I decided to go with one of the few mons. I was debating on whether I should get Thunder's Eye, I believe. Not Thunder's Eye, a Tornadus Eye, or this mon, which is Zoroark, and another mixed attacker, and it would, I feel like it could go very well with a combination of a U-turner or any other type of mon. I could bait him out, and now that it gets access to Sludge Bomb, it's not really scared by fairies anymore. I mean, even most fairies are especially defensive, but I'd have to do some calcs after this to see how much I could do with Zoroark too. I don't know, especially defensive Florges or fucking Clefable. But we'll see. We'll see how this league goes and see if we can have some fun with it. And it's not supposed to be a super competitive league, so I'm not gonna care too much if I lose. But this is just stuff for me to figure out more mons that I would want to use in league format. So with that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video here. If you are excited to see the GCL, please go follow their Twitter. I will have a link to it in the description below. Follow my Twitter. Oh, and also consider hitting that little subscribe button down there. That would be most appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next